In a recent update, Emily Blunt discussed her two daughters with John Krasinski. With her husband John Krasinski, their two daughters Hazel, 6, and Violet, 4, and the coronavirus pandemic, Emily Blunt just gave us an insight into her home life. The performer, who is now promoting her new film Wild Mountain Time with Jamie Dornan, opened out to People magazine about how her kids support her despite being ordered to stay at home. Being around little ones during the pandemic was such a saving grace because they would just be bouncing around the house, and your job is to protect them from what is happening and make sure their life remains joyful, she said to the publication. For John and myself, that definitely served as a lifeline throughout the pandemic. Although Blunt and Krasinski have not been afraid to show their love for one another, notably as they marketed their film A Quiet Place in 2018, the stars are often coy about discussing their family. 3 months after the birth of his first daughter, Krasinski said, "Pictures of kids should only come directly from parents," along with the debut image of his daughter. "So I'm excited to introduce Hazel to you guys." Since then, neither parent has shared many pictures of their kids on social media. 2 years later, Blunt did admit she was displeased with Hazel's acquisition of an American accent. According to Blunt, "Hazel had my accent for a really long time and would say things like water, which I was really proud of," she said to Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show. And then one day she says, "Can I have some water?" with a whiny American accent. "No," I exclaimed. Before any type of lockdown, Blunt was attempting to teach her girls empathy when we last heard from her. She told Marie Claire in February, "I foster empathy in my children and teach them to embrace difference and not be afraid of them, or to tease people for it, you know. Making mistakes or feeling as though you have a tendency to do so is a good thing. It's how you grow and how you learn. The family's current way of living at home is probably not all that different from yours. We watched The Crown in 3 days, and then we were bereft," Blunt said to People. The second aspect of the pandemic is how crushed and lost you feel after your favorite program has concluded. What should I do with my life now, for instance?